Good morning, students. Today our topic is HTML frames, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about HTML frames, how frames can be created. So let's start. First of all, what is HTML frame? So you can easily see on the screen the definition of the frames. HTML frames are used to divide a browser window into multiple sections. Where each section can be load a separate HTML documents. So basically, frame divides our browser window into multiple sections, and each section can load a separate HTML documents. And the window is divided into frames in a similar way as the tables are organized into rows and columns. So this is very much similar to the table, as a table table is divided into rows and columns. So in similar manner, our browser window can be divided into different frames, and each frame contains a separate HTML documents. So this is the definition of HTML frames. So HTML frames are nothing but only the use of the HTML frame is they can divide the browser window into multiple sections, and each section contain individual or separate web page. So for that purpose, frame tag is used, frame tag is used, but it is not supported in HTML5. So the frame tag defines the particular area within the HTML file where another HTML web page can be displayed. And a frame tag is used with frame set, and it divides a web page into multiple sections of frame, and each frame can contain different web pages. So the important point is that frame tag is used with frame set, and frame is not supported in HTML5. So the frame basically text define the particular area within the HTML file where another HTML web page can be displayed, and it must be used with frame set tag. So it divides the web page into multiple sections, or we can say that frames. And always remember that each frame contain different web pages. But there are some few disadvantages of using frames also. So these are the disadvantages of a frame. First one is some smaller devices cannot copy with frames, often because their screen is not big enough to be divided up. So frame is not suitable for small devices, and they are not able to show frames. Second is sometimes your page will be displayed differently on different computer due to different screen resolution. So different computers have different screen resolution. Due to this, your web page show different behavior due to frame. And third point is the browser back button might not work as the user hopes, and there are still few browsers that do not support frame technologies. So these are the main disadvantage of using frame. First of all, few browser doesn't support frame. Second is some devices, especially small devices, uh, basically cannot able to show frames because their screen is not big enough to divide it up. And third point is different computers show different behavior for frame because of the screen resolution, and sometimes back button might not be work in frame. So these are the different disadvantages of frame. And here there is a important point here: do not use HTML frame tag as it is not supported in HTML5. Instead you can use iframe or div with CSS to achieve similar effect in HTML. So instead of using frame, we can use iframe or div, because frame tag is not used in HTML5. So the concept is very simple. There is a syntax given in this. frame src is equal to url, where src is equal to source, and we give the url of frame. So that is the syntax of a frame. src is the attribute in which you can give the url of a frame. So that is the syntax to use a frame in your HTML web page. Next example is related to create a vertical frame. Frame can be used in two ways, vertical or horizontal. So first of all, let us talk about vertical frame. So there is a small program here which shows the use of vertical frame. The program always start from HTML, and there is a tag doc type HTML which shows the type of the document is HTML. Then head and then title of the web page is frame tag, and then you can easily see that frame set and COLS. Basically this is used to represent frames in terms of columns. So three different frames are used here. So screen is divided into three sections: 25%, 50%, and 25%. And then after we use a frame tag here and give a source or at source attribute, src attribute, and src is equal to frame1.html, which is a HTML web page. Second frame src is equal to frame2 html, so frame2 is another web page, and in similar manner frame3 will also be used with frame tag. Last you can easily see that frame src is equal to frame3.html. So three different frames are here which are shown within a single web page: frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. For that purpose we use a tag frame. So we just write frame tag inside frame set, and frame set basically divide the browser window into three different parts according to this question or program. So the parts are divided into such a way that first part belongs to the 25% of the screen area, second 50%, and third is 25%. And then after, when you just complete the program, then HTML is there, HTML close tag is there. So basically these programs divide the screen browser window into three parts, and three different frames are here for each part: frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3. So these are the HTML files, and if you just run this program, then the output look like this. Let us see. First of all, create a notepad file here. I just make the file name p, then just click on that file, paste here. That is our program. Okay, now I want to execute this program, so just go to save as option, give the file name again. Now this type of the file is HTML, so just go to all files, p.html must be there, and then save. This is the executable file. Just double click on that, and your program will be executed. After that, you can see the output. Now screen is divided into three different parts, and these are the three different web pages. And because of that frame 1, frame 2, and frame 3 file are not there, so it show no content at all. So we should create three different files: frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, to show the content. But this program basically divide the browser window into three different parts, three different sections, or three different frames of size 25%, 50%, and 25% column wise, because we use COLS as an attribute in frame sets. You can see the program here. First one is okay, that is HTML frame 1, doc type HTML, and then HTML head. So this is a program here regarding to frame 1, and you can easily see there here that we use a style tag here, and in style tag there is a tag in style tag we define the property background color and height using div. So that is the main point, which says that do not use HTML frame tag as it is not supported in HTML5. Instead of this, you can use iframe or div with CSS to achieve similar effect in HTML. So we use div here. Div means division, and it is used with CSS. So we write a program in CSS style here. So within the style tag, just mention div, properties of the div, background color, we take a background color here in hexadecimal notation, and height is equal to 500 pixels. So we take a height in take a height about 500 pixels. And one thing should be noticed that when we give a properties, then properties and value should be separated by a colon sign in CSS, and every value is separated by a semicolon sign. So there are two properties, background color and height, that are used here. We study it in in detail when we just study CSS. So here there is a brief introduction about the CSS. So style, you can see that background color and height, two properties are there, and we also want to write a content in that particular part. So you can see that in body, within the div tag, we just write a heading, this is the first frame. So the output, there is output shows in our web page, this is the first page, this is the first frame. So let us try to execute this program first. You may write all the files related to a same program in a folder, or you can also save them on a desktop. So I just create a new file, text file here, and name of the file must be frame1, because this HTML file is used in this program. So first of all, let us create 3 different text files here. This is related to frame 1, and 2 more files are also needed related to frame 2 and frame 3. Because our main program contains 3 different HTML files, frame 1, frame 2 and frame 3. So this is file number 2, frame 2, and you can easily see that same pattern is here, but only with two difference. There are two difference. First difference in terms of color, because we want to separate these two frames to each other, so we take a different color here in hexadecimal notation inside s style tag and the properties of dib, and we also change the heading, and the heading is now this is a second frame, so heading is also changed, and background color is also changed here. This is the same program here as we discussed here. So HTML program start from HTML, then head, then style. Style is a tag. So then div, which shows the properties of this. There are two properties used in this: background color and height. And always remember that when we define the when we define the properties in CSS, then property and value should be separated by a colon sign, and if we used more than one properties, then these are separated by a semicolon sign. So background color is there and marked with hash to f4, and height is again 500 pixel, and division, there is a heading, second web HTML web page. So that is our program related to frame 2. So we also make a copy of this because we want to show this in our main page. So create another copy, just write the program there. This is frame 2. Now there is another file, frame 3, and frame 3.html. So same pattern followed here, but only with two difference. Background color is now changed here to differentiate frame 1 and frame 2 from frame 3, and also heading is changed, and in this you can easily see that heading is this is the third frame, and all the part all is same as that of the previous one. So this is a web page frame third, coding of frame third. Now let us create another file, and the file name of the file is frame 3 here. So just save the program first of all. Now let us try to execute all these programs one by one related to frame 1, frame 2 and frame 3. First of all, our main program. This is our main program. You can easily see here. Now frame 1, this is a text file. First of all, we create a HTML file for this. So just save as the program and then give the name frame1.html. And then execute the program. So 4 different text files are here and 4 executable file should be there. Now when we just execute this program, you can see that is the output regarding to frame 1 and that is our main program. And just refresh the web page, you can easily see that outputs there with the heading this is our first frame. Now make a HTML file for frame 2 also. frame2.html is there. Just save the program and execute this. This is the output. Contain this is frame, this is second frame. Now refresh the web page, main web page. You can easily see that area is different because of the percentage given in the program. Third, this is our third web page here. Save the program again, make a HTML file for this program, frame3.html, and just try to execute this program. You can easily see the output. So this is related to third frame. Refresh the web page, main web page. You can easily see the output here. So now our program is complete. Now you can easily see that the screen is divided into 3 different sections, or you can say that 3 different frames, and each frame contain a separate web page. First frame contain a web page 1, frame 1, web page 1 with heading this is first frame. Second web page, second frame contain web page 2, contain the heading this is second frame, and third web frame contain web page 3 that contain the heading this is third frame. So in this way we can divide our, or we are able to divide our web page into different sections. So 3 different sections are there. You can easily see that, and each section contain a separate web page. So this is the program for this purpose, and this is a division related to column, or column wise division is there. So this is the first, and these are all are the pages, web pages with different colors. You can change the colors also, and these colors are used with hexadecimal notation. So in hexadecimal notation, as we know that values are represented in 6 digit and followed by hash symbol, and these digits may be from 0 to 9, and especially there are 6 special characters that start from A to F. So using the combination 0 to 9 and A to F, we basically form color. So these are the different colors. You can also write the color name or the character for used for that particular color also. Now Just save the program. Here you can see that different percentages given, so you can change the percentage according to that portion of the frame will be changed, and total should be 80%. The total should be 100%. Okay, so output basically works according to that percentage. So now second part of this lecture, create horizontal frame. We can also create a horizontal frame. So now let us create a horizontal frame, and we have to do only one thing. Instead of using COLS attribute, we use ROWS, rows, and rest all things are same. So in this way we are able to create horizontal frame. You can easily see on the screen that is a program related to a horizontal frame. And in this program also 3 different web pages are used, that are frame 1, frame 2 and frame 3. So these are already created, so don't create these files again, and these are the part of that program. And you can easily see that they are used with SRC attributes. So there is only one difference when we compare it with the previous program, that there is a division of this program row wise division is there, and you can see that. So first of all, let us make a new program here. P1, name of the program is P1, and then just write the program here, save the program and try to execute this program again. So go to save as option, give the file name, and just save the program here. Yeah, now you are able to execute this program. Just click on the file. Now you can see that 3 different sections are there in the forms of rows, and this is because we use ROWS rows attribute here instead of using COLS. So row wise division is there, and 3 different web page 1, web page 2, web page 3 are there, which contain, this is horizontal, this is vertical. So 2 different, we can divide a browser window in row wise or column wise. That is the main purpose of using a frame. So this is column wise representation and this is row wise representation. Now these are the different attributes used with frame. First one is frame border. Basically it has contain 2 values, 0 and 1, and it is specify whether to display a border around the frame or not, and its default value is 1. Second is long D SCC, and we just give a URL, and it specify a page which contain the long description of the content of the frame. So long D means long description, SCC for section. And then margin height, we give the value in terms of pixels, and it specifies the top and bottom margin of the frame. Similarly, margin width, it defines the height of the in terms of height of the frame in terms of pixels. Next is name. Name is basically defined. Name is used to assign the name of the frame, and we give a text. Then another attribute, no resize, and value is also no resize. and it is used to prevent resizing of the frame by the user. Next is scrolling. There are three values regarding to this: yes, no, or auto. So it specifies the existence of the scroll bar for overflowing content. And we also used src. We already use src, so we use as url as a value, and it specifies the url of the document which we want to display the frame. So these are all about the frames. Thanks for watching this video.